Well, folks, that's what it's all about, isn't it? So this is the first proper harvest, really, that we've taken from the plot. And as you can see there, we've got... we've just took a few bits and pieces, to be honest with you. We've got a couple of lettuces, normal lettuces there. I'm trying to get out of that light, actually. Yeah, so there's a couple of normal lettuces there. So the butterhead ones. There's a red lettuce. Just a couple of each. A small one. I've took a small one and a larger one just to fill, free up some space in the beds for the other ones to grow on and to form proper heads and things like that. Yeah. There's some of the spinach. Yeah, I'm trying to stay out of the light. Yeah. The pak choy, or bok choy, whatever you want to call it. Get into the middle of the pak choy. Yeah. Pak choy attacks. Some Lancashire honey there just for aesthetics, and a bit of ginger. Now that ginger is actually organically grown ginger that one of the other guys on one of the other plots gave us the other day. He said you could plant it and grow it on, but we're just going to eat it. And the rhubarb, we cut some of the rhubarb back because I want to make a pathway. I think I mentioned this before, from where the beds are up into the fruit cage area that I'm going to be building shortly. Okay, so we've got the pak choy, got a couple of those, a couple of normal lettuce, a couple of red lettuce, some spinach, and this is all going to be used in the cookery that we're planning on making meals with this week. This is going to be turned into crumble, and some of this is going to be frozen as well because I don't think we can eat all of this. There's quite a lot there to go at in one go, but we're going to make a crumble with it, or Mrs. Farmer's going to make a crumble with it this week. Yeah, that's the first proper harvest, really. We got some of our own crops that we've grown. This is the first one of our own crops, really, that we've grown on the plot. And we're looking forward to getting stuck into that this week. Today's Wednesday night. So Thursday, Friday and Saturday, that's all going to be chomped and eaten. Obviously the tomatoes are not ready yet, but all these leafy greens, especially the pak choy and the bok choy, they grow really quickly, and so does the spinach. You know, it's like 10 weeks from seed to plate, easy. I mean, this pak choy is probably about 7 or 8 weeks old. It's not really reached maturity, but it was to free up some space so the other ones can grow on. And in the space where we take these out, we're going to plant some smaller plants and keep it going, you know, keep a regular supply coming in. I'm thinking that really by, you know, through summer, we're going to be eating veggies directly from the ground on that plot. The majority of our veggies are going to be coming straight out of that plot. And it's only a small plot. When those tomatoes kick in, we're going to be making all kinds of chutneys and sauces and, you know, sort of like our own bolognese sauce and things like this. So we're really looking forward to it, seeing what we can get out of it, seeing what we can make with what we are growing. And yeah, we'll keep you posted. But I just thought I'd show you that because, like I say, that is what it's all about. I'm doing all the building and the construction work down on the plot, and there's all sorts of like wacky man cave ideas I've got for the shed, with the assistance of Mr. O'Neill spending me money with me. But that's all good stuff, and that's all like one thing. It's one part of it. It's setting the seeds, setting the groundwork in place, doing the desktop study job on it to make sure that everything's set up correctly for going forward. Because we plan on being there. I'm planning on being there for the duration. till well into retirement. I want to be there when I'm 80 if I live that long, working on that plot. And my little lads, when they become big lads, they're going to be doing the same, hopefully. It's going to be a legacy thing. But what it's all about is actually growing your own organic food. Using rainwater, don't use any pesticides, herbicides or insecticides or anything like that. You don't need to. You just need to do the prep work, and you need to make sure that when you're growing your greens and growing your veggies, that you're protecting it and you're looking after it correctly. I've got a lot to learn, a real massive learning curve over the next couple of years. But we're going to take you on every single step of the way, and I hope you enjoy what we're doing and you pick things up from it. As I'm learning, and I don't know what I'm doing, I will reference all the guys that we're learning from, and I'll put links down below on the videos to channels where you can learn a lot more than I can teach you at this time. So, but as I'm learning, I'll help, and the little farmer will help you and point you in the right directions, hopefully, so that you can start making your own food, growing your own food. That's the key going forward, and I think over the next sort of 20-30 years, food prices are just going to go up and up, as the fuel prices go up and up, and the cost of importing stuff with the Brexit cobblers, the scaremongering that's going on. All right, well, fair enough. If you're going to say, well, behave yourself or we'll starve you, we'll grow our own food. Yeah, bulletproof yourself from all this nonsense, and get on with it. Get on with the revolution, man. Get on with these sort of organically grown, look after yourself revolution, which is what humans are supposed to do. You're supposed to be stewards of the earth and stewards of God's gifts that He gives to us. Whether you believe in God or not, you're living on this planet. Crack on, make the most of it. Yeah. All right, no more ranting. Just thought I'd show you that. Nice, isn't it? Nice, that. I hope I get some beetroot this year as well. Although I probably won't. I'm going to have another go at the beetroot, I think. Because I did it wrong. If you look back a few more episodes ago, I cluster planted it rather than... Because I didn't know what I was doing, I cluster planted it. And I think it's too far in the ground now to separate them and give them a better start. But I will look into the correct way to grow beetroot from seed over the next coming weeks through June and through July, as the building projects get completed. I'm going to intersperse the videos by showing you I'm going to try the seed from seed to plate and show the whole process of it. But I'm going to have to research and do a lot of homework. Like I say, I've only ever grown in pots before, peas and stuff like that. We've never had a garden, basically. So we've never had the chance to do what we're doing now on the channel. So whatever space you've got, utilise that space. It could be a balcony, on your flat's balcony. You could grow indoors, you could do microgreens. Look at John Kohler at growingyourgreens.com. He's a good resource, as is Tony O'Neill at Homegrown, Jesus Christ, UK Here We Grow. He's a good lad. For a Welshman, obviously, but he's a good lad. And there's all sorts of resources you can look at. There's homegrown veg if you want to grow in buckets. There's Geordie Dave, you've got Allotment Diggers, he's a good lad. You've got Ants Allotment. I'm going to do a full rundown of all the people we're talking to. There's Bill and Val as well. Bill and Val on Bill's Allotment. As I say, Allotment Diaries and people like that. Just have a look about, do a bit of research, do a bit of investigation and nosying about on the net and on YouTube. It's not hard, it really isn't hard. You can do it on any level. You can grow it on a windowsill. You can have a little herb garden. You can do whatever you want, as long as you're sort of supplementing the family food and your own food by growing it yourself and growing it organically. I wouldn't put any chemicals on it. Don't even put tap water on it if you can get away with it. Yeah. First bumblebee master Chris today, he said about the water butts. He said you want to get them netted over because the bugs and the midges and that will be laying their larvae in those butts. because they're not tops off. And he's got a really valid point. I had thought about that before, actually, about putting the netting over it. But I am going to do that now, because obviously I've neglected that. So I'm going to put the netting over it, put some bungee rope around it or whatever, just to sort of hold it down, so that the flies and the bugs don't lay their eggs in it and they don't drop into it. I mean, if they dropped into it and they died, that's fair enough. But if they're putting the larva in there, then that larva is going to be watered onto your crops. So if you're netting it up, they're going to burst out and they're going to get stuck in, aren't they? He's got a very good, valid point. And that's what it's all about. Picking things up as you're going along, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be taking you, as I say, through the victories, the triumphs, and also the disasters and the things that go wrong, so that you hopefully don't make those mistakes going forward with your projects and your growing ambitions. Thank you very much for tuning in once again. I'm going to tune out now because it's late on. It's about 11:45 at night, and I am working early in the morning, as I've got to look after the sproglets in the morning as well, because the good lady farmer is on an early tomorrow at work. So I've got to get all the troops mustered, dressed, and into school. So I'll see you on the next episode of The Little Farmer's Farm. We're going to leave it now until the weekend, because I want to get everything boxed off on that shed for a future project that I'm going to be doing in the next couple of weeks. But as I say, the next couple of weeks really, once I've finished that shed off and finished off the netting, ensuring it's all properly netted up on the caged raised beds, I'm going to have to wait probably about 2 or 3 weeks before I get permission to do the fruit cage that I want to do over the fruit bushes and the strawberries and everything, for the committee to give it the thumbs up. And then so in the meantime, we're going to be planting, we're going to be doing seed starts, we're going to be getting into the actual growing elements of it. Okay, more concentration on that for you guys. Okay, so thanks a lot. See you later, and have a wonderful rest of the week, going into the weekend, which is a bank holiday weekend, boys and girls. Get straight into that one, our kid, for a rampant bank holiday weekend. Obviously for me, it's not going to be drink, drugs and rock and roll, but it is going to be lots of planting and lots of spending time with the family, and probably getting an upload done on either Friday or Saturday night. We'll keep you posted with everything as well. And I'm going to sign out now, because I'm conscious that I'm a rambling fool, and I'll get to bed. Alright, see you later. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.